The government of Quebec has ignored the wishes of feminist organizations around abortion, causing some within the ranks of the CAQ to be angry and upset. Although I do know who the minister is, I cannot say their names because of confidentiality reasons. In their recent introduction of a faux constitution, which, according to reporting by Pivot, considerably weakens the ability of minority and marginalized groups to invoke the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the government has ignored the wishes of these organizations. The mainstream feminist view around abortion laws is, and I quote, "The best law is no law." First, the introduction of explicit language around abortion will open an anti-choice government to amend said law. And second, it indicates that the subject of abortion is a debate to be had. Simply allowing doctors, patients, and the medical system to handle it is widely considered the only right approach. There are no explicit laws around most medical procedures. For example, getting a hip replacement. The FQPN said to me, and I quote, "The Justice Minister understands the inherent risks to introducing an abortion law. And yet, he's willing to gamble with the reproductive rights of future generations in an attempt to make his farce of a constitution more palatable. He will not allow the CAQ to weaponize public pro-choice sentiment for their own political gain." End quote. Despite expressing these wishes to Jolin Barrette and the CAQ's face, their wishes were completely ignored. Instead, it seems that Simon Jolin Barrette is attempting to make himself and the CAQ look more favorable during a period where they are historically unpopular. They know that 80% or so of Quebec is pro-choice, and so they are signaling that they are pro-choice, and it is a way to seem more favorable to the general population. But the truth is that this attempt to appeal to the masses opens the door to legislation that could end abortion access and ignores explicit conversations that Simon Jolin Barrette has had with these organizations and feminists. I reached out, of course, to several political parties, but of course, most importantly, I reached out to the attaché of Monsieur Simon Jolin Barrette. I phrased it very politely and I said, "I want to ask you about the part in the Constitution that has been introduced in Quebec that talks about abortion and why you ignored explicitly the demands of feminist organizations." He did not answer. I also reached out to the other major political parties in Quebec, and although most of them would say that they are feminists and that they care about this subject, none of them replied. A door remains open to them, and if they do reply, if people like Ruba Gazal, Pablo Rodriguez would like to speak to this, I will be happy to talk to them. For now, la CAQ, François Legault, and Simon Jolin Barrette have all ignored the rights and the demands of feminist organizations and women across the province.